Hello students, this is Vishan sir. Today is my 19th video. Okay, so in the previous video we have started chapter number 3b. Okay, elasticity of demand, and in that chapter I have taught you what is the meaning of elasticity of demand. Okay, then different types of elasticity of demand. So what is elasticity of demand? Elasticity of demand is the percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in any factors affecting demand. Yes, it means the demand changes because of any factor. And how many determinants are there? There are many factors determining demand. Yes, for example, price, income of individual, size of population, okay, taste, habits, preference, government taxation, yes, advertisement. All these factors determines the demand, and because of change in all these factors, demand also changes. And when the demand changes, it is called as elasticity of demand. Yes, elasticity means change. Yes, either demand increase or decrease, it is called as elasticity. Yes, after that there are three types of elasticity of demand. Yes, number 1, price elasticity of demand, number 2, income elasticity of demand, and number 3, cross elasticity of demand. Okay, so first type already I have started, that is price elasticity of demand. Yes, price elasticity of demand, it means percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price. Yes, it means the demand only changes because of change in price. It is called as price elasticity of demand. Okay student, so there are different types of price elasticity of demand. How many types are there? There are 5 types of price elasticity of demand. Yes, perfectly elastic demand, perfectly inelastic demand, then unitary elastic demand, then relatively elastic demand, and relatively inelastic demand. Yes, the slope of demand is horizontal in the case of perfectly elastic demand. The slope of demand is vertical in the case of perfectly inelastic demand. Yes, the slope of demand is rectangular hyperbola in the case of unitary elastic demand. Yes, and the slope of demand is flatter in the case of relatively elastic demand, and the slope of demand is steeper in the case of relatively inelastic demand. That much I have done in previous video. Yes, after that in this today's video, 19th video, we will see further topic. Yes, so after price elasticity of demand, if you see your mobile screen or textbook, yes, one small exercise is given, one small question is given, find out. Yes, so how you can write the answer of this type of question? First you have to read the instruction, identify the type of price elasticity of demand for the following goods. So there are 4 name of the goods are given. Yes, cosmetics, medicine, school uniform, and air conditioner. Yes, so how to write the answer, how to find out the types of price elasticity of demand by the given name of the some goods. Okay, let us start. Cosmetic. What are the example of cosmetic goods? The cosmetic goods, it may be branded perfume, yes, like L'Oreal, Lakme. These are the cosmetics, Lakme. Yes, so these goods are cosmetic goods, are branded goods. And what about the demand for the branded goods? The demand for the branded goods are relatively inelastic. Yes, what is the meaning of relatively inelastic demand? Yes, a large change in price brings small change in demand. Yes, it means price changes more. and demand changes less. So these goods are nothing but branded goods, that is cosmetic goods. So if it is cosmetic goods, then its demand will be relatively inelastic. Yes, if the goods are cosmetic goods, the demand is relatively inelastic. Yes, and what is the meaning of relatively inelastic demand? A large change in price brings small change in demand. It is called as relatively inelastic demand. And the demand for these goods are, yes, like cosmetic goods, branded goods. Yes, all these goods are branded goods. So the demand curve slope downward, and the movement is a steeper slope. Yes, so demand for these branded goods are relatively inelastic. Okay, so you can write the answer: cosmetic goods are branded goods, and if it is branded goods, so branded goods are less demanded when the price is very high. Okay, and what will be the slope of demand curve? The slope of demand is steeper. Yes, slope of demand is steeper. Yes, so first answer is, it is relatively inelastic, because the question is types of price elasticity of demand. So there are 5 types. So out of 5 types, we have to analyze, we have to recognize examples, name of the goods, and according to the name of the goods, we have to write the types of price elasticity of demand. So cosmetic goods are comes under branded goods. So branded goods are relatively inelastic. And what is the meaning of that? A large change in price brings small change in demand. So it is a relatively inelastic, or you can say it is a 5th type of price elasticity of demand. 5th. Okay, student. Second goods is medicine. So you can just imagine, medicine comes under which type of goods? It is not the normal goods. It is a necessary goods, because medicine very necessary for the life. Yes, life-saving medicine are very necessary goods for the life. Yes, so the demand for necessary goods are inelastic. It means whether the price of the necessary goods are increase or decrease, but there is no change in demand for that. So we can say the slope of demand is vertical, and if the demand is vertical slope, which type of price elasticity of demand is it? It is perfectly inelastic demand, where the demand curve slopes vertical. You can see when the demand curve slopes vertical, yes, it is perfectly inelastic demand. Yes, it is perfectly inelastic demand. You can see whether the price of the medicine increase or price of the medicine decrease, but you have to consume. There is no change in demand. Demand is fixed, means it is a necessary goods. Demand is perfectly vertical. Yes. Why? Because if the doctor prescribe you to take the medicine, because you have to get well soon, so what you will do? You have to purchase the medicine at any price, whether the price of the medicine is high or whether the price of the medicine is low. You have to consume it, you have to buy it. So demand for these goods are perfectly inelastic. So the slope of demand is vertical. So the demand for medicine are inelastic, means there is no change in demand, only price may be increase or decrease, but medicine is perfectly inelastic demand. So which type it is? It is second type. Yes. third, school uniform. Now what do you say? School uniform. Which type of goods comes under school uniform? Again, it is a necessary goods, because whatever school management is instructing you, you have to wear the same uniform. You cannot wear some casual dress or some other dress. You have to maintain the uniformity in the school. So you have to purchase the uniform, whether the price of uniform is high or whether the price of the uniform is low. You have to purchase it. You have to go to school by wearing that uniform, that particular uniform. So the demand for uniform is again inelastic, means no change, means price increase or decrease, your demand is perfectly inelastic, because it is a necessary goods. Without uniform you cannot go to school by wearing some other dress or wearing some other cloth. So uniform is a necessary goods. So demand for uniform is perfectly inelastic. And what will be the slope of that? Again, like medicine. So slope of demand is vertical and it is parallel to y-axis. Okay, so again it is the second type of price elasticity of demand. Okay student, next the fourth one, air conditioner. What do you say? The air condition comes under which category of goods? Is it necessary goods? No. Is it normal goods? No. Normal good, in the case of normal good, in the case of air conditioner, fan is enough. Yes, tower fan or ceiling fan is, or table fan is enough to get the cool, that is air. But air conditioner comes under which type of goods? Air conditioner comes under luxury goods. Luxury goods or prestige goods. So the demand for luxury goods are relatively elastic. What is the meaning of relatively elastic demand? A small change in price brings large change in demand. Means price changes less percentage and demand changes in a more percentage. Yes. So air condition is luxury goods, so demand for luxury goods are relatively elastic, means people tend to buy more when there is a small decrease in price of air condition. Yes, so what will be the slope of demand curve in this case? The slope of demand curve is flatter in the case of air condition. Why? Because air condition is the luxury goods and luxury goods are relatively elastic, means small change in price brings large change in demand. So it is a fourth type of price elasticity of demand, that is relatively elastic demand. Okay students, so in this way you can note down all these types of price elasticity of demand, and you can also associate it with the proper example, because in the board exam examples are very important to get the full marks. When you write only meaning and you don't write any example of that particular point, the examiner gets chance to cut your marks. So don't give any chance to cut your marks. Okay student, so in this way you can go through. Next, again one exercise is given in your textbook, that is try this. So you can fill these empty boxes by referring the different types of price elasticity of demand. Yes, in the first column the serial number are given 1 2 3 4 5. In the second column the degree of responsiveness given, that is we can say the coefficient value. Yes, coefficient value means E is equal to what, ED is equal to what. And in the third column types of price elasticity of demand is given, which type it is. And the fourth column it is a explanation is given, proper description is given. Yes, so let us fill these boxes. You can refer types of price elasticity of demand. Yes, so there are 5 types. Perfectly elastic demand, where ED is equal to infinite. Perfectly inelastic demand where ED is equal to 0. Yes, unitary elastic demand where ED is equal to 1. Yes, relatively elastic demand where ED is greater than 1, and relatively inelastic demand where ED is less than 1. Yes, you just recall that much and you can fill these boxes in own words. Yes, no problem. Let us see the first. Yes, in the first, what is the degree of elasticity of demand is given? It is blank. Yes, so because of these two example, you can write this box. You can fill this box. Okay, perfectly inelastic demand. Yes, and what is the description of perfectly inelastic demand? Yes, perfectly inelastic demand means a change in price does not bring any change in demand, or change in price does not affect the demand. It is called as perfectly inelastic demand. And the slope of demand curve in this case is what? It is vertical slope. And what is the coefficient value? You can write in this box ED is equal to, okay, ED is equal to what? 0. Yes, ED is equal to 0. Means there is no change in demand, only price changes. So it is called as perfectly inelastic demand, and the slope of demand is vertical. You can also make one more column here, and you can write here slope of demand. In this column write slope of demand, and you can write here slope of demand is vertical in this column for betterment. Yes, second, in the second, the coefficient value is given 1, and if the answer comes 1, you can immediately guess which type it is. It is unitary elastic demand. It is unitary elastic demand. It means the price and demand changes in a equal percentage. Yes, 50% rise in price brings 50% fall in demand. So 50 upon 50, 1. 10% fall in demand, 10% fall in price brings 10% rise in demand. So 10 upon 10, 1. So answer comes 1. So which type it is? So in this column you can write unitary elastic demand. Yes, unitary elastic demand. Yes, third, in the third column the coefficient value is given, ED is greater than 1. Yes, type of demand given, it is relatively elastic demand. Now you have to write the meaning of that is description of that. What you will write here? You can write in this box, that is meaning of relatively elastic demand. What is the meaning of relatively elastic demand? Relatively elastic demand means a small change in price brings large change in demand. Yes, price increase by 10%, demand decrease by 20%. Yes, so 20 upon 10, how we can get 20 upon 10? Delta Q upon delta P. This is the formula of elasticity of demand, price elasticity of demand. So delta Q 20% changes, delta P price changes by 10%. So 20 upon 10, 2. So here ED is greater than 1 because 2 is greater than 1. So you can write. Okay. So it is relatively elastic demand. Okay, student. Next, number 4. Yes, in the fourth type, the coefficient value is not given. Yes, type of elasticity of demand is given. It is relatively inelastic demand, and the description is given. A large change in price brings small change in demand, or we can say price changes more and demand changes less comparatively. Yes, a change in demand is less than change in price. It means price changes more and demand changes less. It is called as relatively inelastic demand. So this type is opposite of this type. You can write the description in own words. Okay, after that, as I told, this type is opposite of this type. It means you have to write the coefficient value opposite of this. Here it is ED is greater than 1, and in the fourth type you can write ED is less than 1. Elasticity of demand is less than 1. How you can find out? You can find out by some example. Yes, what is the meaning of that? Relatively inelastic demand means price changes by 20% and demand changes by 10%. Yes, so price changes by 20%, so delta P is 20 and delta Q is 10, and formula is what? Delta Q upon delta P. Okay, delta Q upon delta P. How much the price changes? Price changes by 20%. Okay, and demand changes only small percentage, that is 10%. So 10 upon 20 is equal to how much? 1 upon 2. Okay, 1 upon 2 means how much? 0.5. Yes, so 0.5 is less than 1. Yes, it is less than 1. You can write here ED is less than 1. 0.5 is less than 1. Okay, student. After that, fifth one, coefficient value is given. What given? ED is equal to infinite. Yes, types of demand, it is empty, blank, and description is given. A very slight change in price brings infinite change in demand. Yes, a very small, very slight change in price brings infinite change in demand. So which type it is? It is first type. Which one? It is perfectly elastic demand. So you can write types of price elastic demand. It is perfectly elastic demand. And what is the slope of demand in this case? The slope of demand is horizontal. The slope of demand is horizontal. It is parallel to x-axis. Yes, it means only demand changes, and demand changes how much? Infinite, and price remain constant. Yes, so okay, student. So in the first box it is ED is equal to 0. Yes, in the second box, which type it is? It is unitary elastic demand. In the third column you can write meaning of relatively elastic demand. A small change in price brings large change in demand. It is called as relatively elastic demand, and the coefficient value is ED is greater than 1. In the fourth type, what is the coefficient value? ED is less than 1. E is less than 1. In the fifth type, it is infinite. So which type it is? It is perfectly elastic demand. Yes, student. Okay, after that let us move towards the second. So in this way, price elasticity of demand we have done successfully. Now we can move towards the second type of price elasticity of demand. Which one? It is income elasticity of demand. Remember, student, see the price elasticity we have done just now with the proper example with the all types. Then come to the income elasticity of demand. Yes, so in the price elasticity of demand, demand and price have inverse relationship. Yes, and now we are going to learn the income elasticity of demand. It means the demand changes only because of change in income. Yes, not because of price. The demand changes only because of change in income. It is called as income elasticity of demand. Yes, and other factors remain constant. Means demand increase or decrease only because of income of the individual, not because of price, not because of size of population, not because of taste habit preference, not because of other factors. The demand only changes because of change in income. It is called as income elasticity of demand. Yes, so when the income of the person increases, demand also increases, and vice versa. And when the income of the person decreases, the demand also decreases. So we can say there is a direct relationship between income and demand, and there is a inverse relationship between price and demand. Price and demand have inverse, and income and demand have direct relationship. Yes, you can easily understand by the current example. When there is a good time in the economy, the individual's income increases. So increase in income will promote the consumer to purchase more quantity. So automatically the demand increase. Why demand increases? Because of increase in income of the person. So here demand changes because of income of the individual, not because of price. Because when the income of the person increases, the person will purchase more even at high price. What do you say? Yes or no? Yes. So when the income of the person increases, it will increase the demand, and vice versa also. When the income of the person decreases, yes, the individual will purchase less units of the commodity because of low income. Yes, because every time is not good time in the economy. Sometimes there is a bad time in the economy. Yes, why the income of the person decreases? It may be recession period, it may be depressionary period. Yes, it may be some other recessionary period in the economy. Yes, so because of that, income of the person decreases sometimes. So because of decrease in income, yes, obviously it is a tendency of the human being start purchasing less. Yes, so income and demand have direct relationship. So because of this, what is the slope of the demand curve in the price elasticity of demand? In the price elasticity of demand curve slope downward, and in the income elasticity of demand, the demand curve will shift upward. Means when we take the income, yes, income on y-axis and demand on x-axis. So what is that? As income of the person increase, the person will purchase more quantity of the commodity. So it is a upward sloping. And what about the price elasticity of demand? In the price elasticity of demand, it is the inverse between price and quantity demanded. As price decrease, demand will increase. Yes, and here as income increase, quantity also increase. So because of this explanation, you can understand what is the relationship between price and demand, and what is the relationship between income and demand. Yes, so because of these small two diagrams, we can understand. You can bifurcate what is the price elasticity of demand, and you can also bifurcate between the income and demand. So price and demand have inverse relationship, and income and demand have direct relationship. Okay, student. So now come to the formula. Okay, so in the formula you can see the symbolic name of price elasticity of demand is EP or ED, but in the case of income elasticity of demand, the symbolic name is EY. So EY means income elasticity of demand. Yes, income elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in income of individual, and other factors remain constant. It means the demand only changes because of change in income of the person, income of the individual. Symbolic name: EY is equal to delta Q upon delta Y. Yes. After that, delta Q upon Q divide by delta Y upon Y, and when we solve it, delta Q upon Q into Y upon delta Y. And you can also add one more step here. So you just bring this Y this side. Okay, so your equation become delta Q upon delta Y into Y upon Q. Yes, so this is the last equation, last step of the income elasticity of demand. Okay, and on the basis of this equation there are 3 types. In your textbook only the type is mentioned, not diagrammatically is given, but I will try my best to give you the diagram also. Yes, so on the basis of this equation, delta Q upon delta Y into Y upon Q. What does it mean? Delta Q means change in quantity demanded, delta Y means change in income. Yes, Y means original income of the person, and Q means original demand of the person, means the old demand. So how to find out delta Q? Yes, previous demand minus new demand. Yes, how to find out delta Y? Previous income, old income of the person minus new income of the person. So it is delta Y, and Y means the original income of the person, and Q means quantity demanded, the current, or we can say the original quantity demanded. Yes, after that okay, only 3 types given in your textbook, this year textbook. Yes, positive income elasticity of demand, positive income elasticity of demand. Yes, negative income elasticity of demand, zero income elasticity of demand. You can add 2 more points, that is income elasticity of demand is greater than 1 and income elasticity of demand less than 1. Okay student. Okay, first we will see whatever given in your textbook. Positive income elasticity of demand. So positive income elasticity of demand happens in the case of substitute goods, means normal goods. Yes, normal goods we consume every day. Yes, that is normal goods. So demand curve is positive, it means there is a upward sloping demand curve. Demand is upward slope in this case, that is in the case of positive income elasticity of demand. Yes, higher the income, higher the demand. Yes, in the case of negative income, it happens in the case of inferior goods. Okay, in the case of inferior goods, yes, it is a negative income elasticity of demand. So slope of demand is downward, as income of the person, yes, decreases, inferior goods demand is increases. Means in the case of inferior goods, the demand decreases with the increase in income of the consumer, or we can make the vice versa. Okay, slope of demand is downward. It means as income of the person increase, yes, the demand for inferior goods decrease. And when the demand for inferior goods decrease, it means the consumer tends to buy superior goods, some good quality products. As income increase, the demand for inferior goods decrease. Why? Because as income increase, it will promote the consumers to buy superior goods. Okay. Next, zero income elasticity of demand. So in the case of zero income elasticity of demand, it is a vertical slope. The demand is vertical slope, means whether the income of the person increase or decrease, there is no change in demand. The demand is zero. Yes, we can say it is an example. We can say necessary goods, whether the price of the medicine increase or decrease. Yes, whether the income of the person increase from 10,000 to 20,000. Yes, he has to purchase whatever medicine is prescribed by the doctor. Yes, he cannot increase the number of medicine because of increase in income. No, as income increase, but the demand is still same. So it is a vertical slope. So demand is vertical slope. Yes, it is called as zero income elasticity of demand. And in which type of goods? It is necessary goods. And what are the example of necessary goods I have given? The necessary goods are like medicine, school uniform, we can say. Salt is also comes under medicine goods. Sorry, necessary goods. Okay, student. So in this way you can just go through all these three types of income elasticity of demand. Yes, so in this video I have taught you, that is exercise, small exercise. Okay, these two exercise. Then I also completed the different types of income elasticity of demand along with the formula. Yes, we just go through all these things. If you have any doubt, yes, please let me know on my WhatsApp group. I will clear all doubts. Okay, student, I stop my video here.